Good morning, student. Welcome back to our online classes. This is the second part of chapter 4 agriculture. Last video, student, I explained to you about the types of farming. In there, I explained you about primitive subsistence farming and intensive subsistence farming, right? Today, I am going to continue with the two more types of farming. And before that, look at this image. And here comes the next type of farming is a commercial farming. Okay, commercial farming is unlike the subsistence farming. Here the farmer are farming for the profit making. Okay, and because of that they require a big plot of land. They use a intensive inputs of capital. Okay, lots of investment they do. In general, in this type of farming they do a single crops. Okay, they grow a single crops, unlike in the subsistence farming they grow a multiple crops in order to sustain or survive their family. But in commercial they do a single farming. Here the farmer they use a high doses of modern input, whether fertilizer, whether seeds, whether it is technology. They use modern inputs in order to produce as much as possible from that same plot of land. Now the degree of commercialization of agriculture varies from one region to another. I'll explain you with the example. For example, like southern part of India, eastern and the northeast part of India, growing rice is not a commercial farming. Growing rice is a subsistence farming, because in this region people they eat rice as a regular basis. Okay, but the state like Punjab, Haryana and UP, when they grow a rice is a commercial farming, because in northern part of India usually the people they don't eat rice, right? So they grow rice for the commercial purpose. So this is what it means. The same crops which can be a commercial crops in a one region, that other region that crops can be a subsistence crops or subsistence farming. Okay, the next one is, and here the in this type of farming it produce for sale, and here they require a lots of capital. Okay, already I explained to you. Now example, like during the British time. Okay, plant tea which is a commercial crops, tea garden in Assam. Okay, because in a tea garden you require a lots of labor. So what they did was they bought a labor from the Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Odisha area, and they take them to the Assam. Okay, for to produce a tea. This is what we saw in the history, and this is what it says: the plantation cover large area using capital intensive input with the help of migrant labor. So as I gave you example, even in the history we saw that labor from the central India, then they take them to the east in the Assam to produce a tea. Okay, now next one, look at this image, then I will explain to you one more image. Okay, now here comes, this is a plantation also is a part of commercial farming, where the crops are growing for the profit making. And here also same. Okay, they require a big investment, uh, on capital. Okay, now some crops are sold as a raw material to the manufacturing industry. For example, the first image which I saw you was the rubber plantation in the Kerala. So here the farmer they are getting only pulp from the rubber plant, right? So from the rubber plant what they get the pulp, it has to be taken to the manufacturing industry for the processing. The second image which I saw you was the coffee plantation in Karnataka. So here the farmer they are getting very, okay, varies from the coffee plant, and that varies has to be processing in the manufacturing industry. The last images which I saw you was the tea garden of Assam. That tea leaf has to be processing in the manufacturing industry, right? So this is what it says, the some crops are sold as a raw material to the manufacturing industry. Okay, now the large land area are needed for this type of agriculture. Plantations are huge and can extend it from a few hectares to a few thousand hectares, as I already told you, because it's also a part of commercial farming plantation, where you grow a single crops with a large big plot of land. Okay, now due to size of plantation, lot of labor is needed. The plantation farming is a labor intensive. You talk about cotton plantation, you talk about tea, you talk about coffee or rubber, it require a lots of labor. Okay, so this is what it says, because of the size of the plantation, it require a lots of labor, and it is a labor intensive farming. The last one is the large amount of capital is involved into land preparation, buying machinery and building factories, as I told you, because this is for the profit making, right? So you need tools, machines, factories, and you need a lots of labor in this kind of farming. Okay, now next one is a cropping pattern in India. Okay, when we talk about the cropping pattern means crops grow in a region in a particular season. Okay, particular season, the crops which we grow is known as a cropping pattern, or you can say the cropping season. Okay, now in India basically there are three types of cropping patterns. The first one is Rabi. Okay, Rabi, we can see this is a winter crops which is sown in between November, October to December. Harvested means katai during the month of April and June. Okay, so Rabi crops basically is a winter crops. Crops like wheat, barley, peas, gram, and mustard, etc., are known as Rabi crops. States like Punjab, Haryana, Himachal, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand, and UP. The next one is Kharif crops. Kharif crops is also known as a monsoon crops. Usually it's sown in the month of June, July. June, July is basically a monsoon and a rainy season, and harvested during the September, October. Okay, so this is usually known as a Kharif crop is also known as a monsoon crops. The crops like rice, maize, jawar, bajra, tur, moong, urad, cotton, jute, groundnut, soybean, etc. Places like Assam, West Bengal, coastal region of Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Maharashtra, basically in the sea coast area. Okay, the last one is Zaid. Zaid crop is also known as a summer crop. It is sown and harvested in between March to July. Okay, very short period between the Rabi and Kharif crops. um, what are the crops which we grow in the Zaid? Basically the seasonal fruits like watermelon. Okay, watermelon, and vegetables. These are the some of the seasonal fruits and vegetables which we grow during the summer season. The places like most of northern and the northeastern state of India. Okay, now student, please go and read your textbook thoroughly. If you are not able to understand anything, please let me know, send me a message with your question. I will call you and explain it to you. Okay, so please read it, and see you in the next video.